Hello and welcome. I'm Natalie. Let's talk about money. So today I kind of wanted to touch on a few more things from yesterday's video. So I had watched a bunch of videos about investing, and mostly for those people that are beginners, because that's what I'm trying to portray to you all, is what to do if you're a beginner. And one of the videos I watched was Warren Buffett video about investing for beginners, naturally. And some points that he mentioned were, I think, important. And he pointed out three different things that he wants all investors to look for or look at, not just beginners, but all investors. And one of the I'm going to talk about just two because I want this to be a quick video. 8 minutes or less is what I'm trying to aim for. 10 minutes or less is what I'm trying to aim for. So one of them was to not get emotional about stocks or about ETFs or mutual funds or whatever, wherever you're investing your money. You can't get emotional about it. Those stocks, those ETFs, those mutual funds have no emotions. So it's not fair that you get emotional about them. So when you see the market going up or market going down, don't get all emotional and throw all your money in or throw all your money out and take all your money out. Don't do that, because that's not the way you win long term. Do you hear the birds? There's birds, there's people playing basketball. It's wild crazy out here. So when you are in, for example, right now, so the market is down and it's got little blips, it's doing its thing. And so when you see whatever fund, ETF, or even just stock go down, you can, if you set a limit, so if it goes down a couple dollars, you get out. If it goes down $100, you don't get out, or whatever. But make sure you don't get out because someone told you something, or because you were watching the news and the media said that, the stock market is crashing and life is coming to an end and all the things. That's not that time to get out. The time to get out is when you have done your research and you believe that it's in your best interest to get out. So you don't lose a penny on an investment until you sell. You do usually make the most money when you buy those. So when you buy low, you can typically sell higher and make money. But you don't ever lose money if you don't sell, okay? The value is going to go up and down. We know this. But over the course of many years, in theory, the value is going to go up on whatever stock, ETF, index, mutual fund, what else we got? Individual stocks. The value is going to go up. Now, one of the things that Dave Ramsey, switching gears, Dave Ramsey talks about is not investing in individual stocks, especially if you're new, because there's too high of a chance that you could lose your investment. So if you are investing in just regular funds, that is better and more steady and can actually make you the 10 to 12% that we're wanting and expecting. But the main thing is to not be emotional. So when you get all emotional and you think, oh, well, everyone else is getting out, so I have to get out, or, I don't feel like this company did the right thing, made the right decision, or whatever, that's getting emotional. Remember, those stocks do not have emotion. They are simply reacting to the market. And so if you're going to react to the market reaction, you're just following the trend and making the market worse. So just stick with it. Just hang out. If you purposefully have bought mutual funds that you want to keep for 5, 10, 30 years, keep them. Don't sell them. Leave it alone. It'll come up. It'll come up. Even if it goes down, it'll come up. Now, the hard part for many people is when it's up, don't get out. That's the hard part for many people, because they think, oh, well, I've made all this money, so I better get out now. And sometimes that's a great option, because sometimes when you get out, you've made a lot of money, then you can move that money into a different fund or into a different way of investing. I know a lot of people always talk about real estate. I'm not a real estate person because to me, it's too much work. Again, I don't want to work hard, okay? I don't want to work hard. But if you're a real estate person, maybe you've made enough money in the market. Maybe you sell when it's super high, you buy a home, and the rest you put into a different fund back in the market. So, there's options. If you sell when the market is going down, or when you're less than what you bought it at, you're losing. That's automatic loss. If you just hold on to it, most likely it's going to come back up. Now, if you're doing something like penny stocks or some random tech company that is brand new and no one knows anything about it, it's not going to work. If you use those stocks that have a trend, that have a history, 5-10 years, Dave Ramsey recommends 10 years for mutual funds. I would say that that's probably a good indication of what will happen in the next 10 years. Or if they have more than 10 years, that's even better. Okay, so look at their history to figure out if you need to get out. The one thing that I learned when I was learning how to trade stocks years and years ago was the trends are just that. They're trends. So no matter what, the stock is going to go up, stock is going to go down, it's going to come back up, and there's going to be a trend line to it. If you look at the candlestick, I'm not going to go into stock trading. That's not what we're here for. So the first thing was, don't be emotional. Don't jump in and out of the market according to what the news said or according to what your broke friend told you. That's not a good plan. You have to know when you want to get out, set that stop limit or however you're doing it, and get out when it hits whatever mark you want, whether it's a win of $100 a share or it's a loss of $50 a share, whatever it is. You set that number and leave it alone until you get to that number, or until at a certain time period, like 20 years from now, 30 years from now, whatever. I'm gonna retire hopefully in 14 years, hopefully. And so if I retire in 14 years, that's when I would start selling off some of the funds, the mutual funds that I have, or move them around, make them a little less risky than they are right now. I'm a little higher in the riskier funds right now. So that's what you do. Don't be emotional. And then the third thing that he mentioned, I didn't mention the first one because honestly, at the top of my head, I can't remember. I just got home from work and I quickly, before the sun went down, had to do this video. So I don't remember what the first thing is, honestly. But the third one I know was to know the business that you're getting into. So if you get into a mutual fund or into a stock, he was talking more about stocks, but even with mutual funds too, if you are in a technology fund, for example, and you know that there's gonna be some crash, like I can't think of an example, but just know what business you're in, what business you're investing in, so that you can make smart decisions, again, basically on when to get out or when to buy more. Because remember, when the market is low, when the market is in a dip, that's when you buy, because that's when the prices are the least. And then you hold it when it's up high to get to where it's up high. So if you are looking for the immediate wins, that's where the individual stocks come in, but that's also where the very highest risk is. So that's not what we want. We do not want to do risk for retirement. We want to build a steady flow, steady and consistent flow of investing in different mutual funds and letting that money just grow. And we want to be in those mutual funds that are beating the S&P 500. Remember, like I said, if you didn't watch the video yesterday, you should watch the video yesterday. But we're looking for mutual funds that are beating the S&P 500 and also have that history of 10 years or more of a history of being a mutual fund. So make sure, though, that you know the business you're in. So right now, I am trying to think of what is going. So right now, AI is still crazy right now. It's going wild and crazy. And so there are many companies that have come up during this crazy time of AI being kind of pushed out to every company in the world. Kind of everyone is kind of grasping at AI and wanting to get into it and figure out how it can help their business. And that's smart. And so it would be smart if you want to buy stocks or mutual funds, you want to look for those stocks or mutual funds that are involved in AI or have companies, AI-based companies, that can help boost some of that profit that you could see. Now, if you know absolutely nothing about the funds you're in, that's okay, I suppose. But if you see on the media that this fund that you're in is dropping like a rock, you're gonna dump your mutual fund. You're gonna dump all that money that you put in because you're just following the news and you know nothing about what's going on in the background. The more you know about the companies that you're invested in, the better decision you can make on when to get in and when to get out. And that's the main thing, is you got to know when to get in and when to get out. If you have no clue at all and don't watch the news, but just stay in there and just leave it alone, just let it grow, that's a good idea. But you still should know, so that, you know, if there is some catastrophe that happens, you'll at least know what's happening with your mutual funds or index funds or ETFs, or whatever you want to call them. You should know what's going on. Also, because that's your money that you're putting in to whatever it is you're investing in. Even if you're investing in real estate, if you don't have any idea about that house that you're investing in, or apartment building if you're buying apartments, if you don't know anything about it, if you don't know what it's like, if you don't know how it's doing, if you don't know the tenants, if you don't know anything about it, chances are you're going to lose money, because it could be going downhill quickly and you know nothing about it. And it's basically the same with any investment that you make. The more you know about whatever it is you're invested in, the more you can feel confident in your decisions to either stay in the stock, mutual fund, ETF, whatever other, index funds, all of that. The better you're going to feel about your decision, because you don't want to get emotional about it. You want to know a lot about what you're invested in and work with that and stay with that. So don't get emotional, and know the businesses that you're investing in. If you're investing in real estate, know the homes that you're investing in. Know them. Know what's wrong with them. Know what is going to be needed in 5-10 years. Know how much you can sell it for. Know these things. Know what you're invested in. So that's all I have for today. I hope that was helpful, at least a little bit. Just a little touch of info. And remember to invest in yourself today so that you can make a difference for others tomorrow. Go ahead and give the video a big thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe. When you subscribe, you should hit the bell so you know when the next video comes out. Thanks, y'all. Y'all have a great one.